The US national debt just hit $40 trillion. What does it mean for everyday people? If you think the US dollar is still a safe store of value, look at the latest fiscal numbers. America's national debt has officially crossed a staggering $40 trillion for the first time in history. And as the debt continues to spiral out of control, Bitcoin is surging once again. To understand why this is happening, you have to look at what's driving the financial system to this breaking point. For decades, commercial banks were only required to hold a fraction of your deposits in the reserve, lending out the rest to create new paper money out of thin air. And in 2020, the Federal Reserve broke the system even further, reducing reserve requirements to exactly 0%. Pair that unchecked bank lending with a government borrowing trillions every few months, and the dollar's purchasing power collapses by design. It took less than 6 months for the US debt to jump from $39 trillion to $40 trillion. Interest payments on this debt have sailed past Medicare and are now the second largest expense in the entire federal budget, surpassing even defense spending. To calm a bond market sell-off and push down rising long-term interest rates, the US Treasury doubled its bond buyback program. This means that the government is actively intervening in cap yields, pumping liquidity into the system to keep borrowing costs from collapsing the economy. This is textbook definition of fiscal dominance. So, when long-term yields weaken the dollar, investors invest outside of fiat currencies. They are moving hard capital out of devaluing paper assets and into scarce and more finite assets like Bitcoin and gold. Bitcoin isn't rallying on blind speculation. It is acting exactly as it was designed to, a finite capital hedge against unrestrained fiscal expansion. Democracy and fiscal responsibility have been swapped for infinite borrowing. The real question is this: will you keep your savings in a system devaluing itself by trillions every month, or will you shift toward hard assets with hard-coded scarcity? You already know the answer, or do you?